Hi there, my name is John Paul, and nope, I'm not a pope, but I can help you cope by instilling in you some hope. I'm your favorite nurse educator and your staunch mental health advocate. I make mental health and self-care videos, and I come your way every week on your screens. You want to see me? Subscribe and be a part of this big family. Have you ever been asked the question, why at all are you like that? I'll let you know why soon. In my previous videos, I have given some information on personality development or how your personality developed, and I asked you, who are you? Today, we want to find out why at all you behave the way you behave. Looking at the deviation from personality, by that I mean the personality disorders. Right, there are generally 3 clusters of personality disorders according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders. Right, so we have the cluster A, B, and C. In general, the cluster A personality disorders make you feel very suspicious. The cluster B makes you feel very emotional and impulsive, and that of the cluster C makes you feel very anxious. These are the general presentations of individuals with various personality disorders according to the cluster they belong. If you find yourself in the cluster A personality disorders, then you may be having the paranoid personality disorder, the schizoid, and schizotypal personality disorders. Those are the 3 personality disorders under the cluster A, and these people come across as very paranoid. Under the cluster B personality disorders, which fall under those who are emotional and impulsive, we have the antisocial personality disorder, we have the histrionic personality disorder, the borderline personality disorder, and lastly, the narcissistic personality disorder. And finally, in the cluster C, these people who come across as anxious, we have the avoidant personality disorder, the dependent personality disorder, and lastly, the obsessive compulsive disorder. I'll run you by these clusters one after the other, letting you know what exactly makes someone fall within the cluster A, or how they present themselves individually: paranoid, schizoid, schizotypal. I'll do the same for cluster B, and that also for cluster C. If you take the cluster A, where we have paranoid, these are the things that they present. Someone comes to my office and wanting to seek counsel. She goes like, "Sir, I'm extremely paranoid and it's beginning to disturb the kind of relationships I have, because all my friends find it extremely annoying because they believe that I'm suspicious about what I don't have to be suspicious about." And that is a classical statement of someone who is coming across as having the paranoid personality disorder. Numero uno. If you are paranoid and belong to the cluster A, the thoughts, feelings, and experiences that you go through would cause you to find it extremely difficult to confide in people, including friends and family. You dig? Right. Check that. Number 2, you find it very difficult to trust people, believing that they will take advantage of you or use anything you tell them against them. So you rather keep everything to yourself than tell someone. Check. Number 3, you find it very difficult relaxing. Wherever you find yourself, your eyes are just appraising people unconsciously and trying to find out if someone is trying to gossip or saying things about you that you don't want to believe there is. Number 4, the thoughts, feelings, and experiences associated with paranoid also make you read danger and threats into everyday situations, maybe casual looks or things that you don't even have to get paranoid about. Then you are reading danger into it. So these are some of the things that you present with when you are having a paranoid personality disorder. Now, when we talk about schizoid personality, many people with this type of personality disorder are able to function fairly well. However, the feelings and experiences associated with this type of personality disorder make the individuals very cold towards others and are unable to show their true feelings. Cold, I mean cold. So when you could tell someone I love you and the person may just give you a nod, what do you expect? I love you back. Again, People with schizoid personality may have little or no sexual interest or even have the sense for intimacy at all, particularly in relationships. Look out for them. Right, number 3 on the list for schizoid personality, people with this type may not experience pleasure even in situations that everyone is happy about. What do I mean? Not everything gives them pleasure. That leads to the 4th point about the schizoid. They prefer to live by themselves and on their own and derive pleasure from within. Right? These kind of people love to be by themselves. They so much love it. They get their novel, they are behind their laptops doing their thing, and they are so good to go. Schizoid personality are individuals who love to live their lives without interference from others, and because of that, they would not interfere in yours. The icing on the cake for these kind of people is that they find it very difficult to form close association or close relationships that could be sustained for a long time. Why? Because people would usually not love to be among, or they would not like to be with someone who is less in touch with reality, unable to show emotions when they have to. In terms of the schizotypal personality, let me be quick to add that everyone has their own eccentric and very awkward or weird way of doing things. But as far as you're doing things that people are looking at as weird and find it difficult to get close to you, be sure to think that you are close, or if not, have the schizotypal personality disorder. As a rule of thumb, people with a schizotypal personality disorder find it very difficult to form close relationships, and they experience distorted thoughts and perceptions in most situations that they find themselves. These people walk around believing that they have a sixth sense, alright, and that they can see things or hear things that you do not hear, and they make you so believe it. In fact, it's a reason why they come across as weird or awkward, if we may put it. Because of that, they feel anxious and tense when they are around people who do not share in the same, ideology or have the same traits that they do. Lastly, they feel very anxious and find it extremely difficult to relate to people in social settings because they themselves question themselves as to whether or not they will be loved or appreciated for what they are. So these are some traits of people with schizotypal, and in general of people who are within the cluster A personality: paranoid, schizoid, and schizotypal. If you love this video, subscribe and turn on your notification just so you can get notified when we post our new videos. Thank you.